This is the Hot Goose Network Salon. Men are gentle, the political hot goose. When I share the program, when they can talk about why America, the hail President Rubio, and the visit of the American delegate there. And also, they will talk about Dauda Black, the man with the sponsor terrorism, with the sponsor Congress, naturally, with the state of the United States of America. Then they talk, say they call FBI facility, we raise the alarm. With every evidence against them. But they can't analyze them, they want people to analyze them for other countries. This Dauda Black, the lead for Investigator. But when I share the program, when I share them, this is the Hot Goose Network Salon. You really watch our YouTube, now subscribe and share the program. You really watch our Hot Goose Network Salon, now share. Share the program, let everybody hear it. Now the old said for salon. In a gentle, the political office. Una share the program, una share the program. This particular song is talking about the toad, life of the toad. That's why it's describing in my language. Telling you where the toad usually live. Me na gentle, the political hot goose. You sit down for me, you the fry, I for don't pay the nyaka nyaka. Me family, I don't come with my usual program, the authentic voice of gentle. Me family, are glad because right now, as I speak, the Congress of the United States, many of them, then they na saloon currently, then they celebrate with President Bill, then they gladdy with Sierra Leoneans them. Then they show we say President Bill, they do very well in that country day. And that not the very reason we make then go na Sierra Leone. And that not the very reason we make then they celebrate with the kind governance system where President Bill they implement. And let I tell you one thing, the Congress of the United States, they not just they go anyhow and anywhere. This set of people here where they tell you about, that they only step their foot na a country where get strong democratic governance system, where they practice the rule of law correctly, where get respect for human rights. Then they go na a country where the president don't do very well for improve the livelihood of that nation. And then they go because then they admire the way and manner where that kind of president they work. Fambu them all the members say throughout the history of Sierra Leone. Now President Biona, the first president inside Sierra Leone, we don't pass the Millennium Challenge Corporation, whether they call the MCC. We don't pass them, we don't make even the opposition, then the jealous President Bio and in new direction government. Even the opposition, they're not happy. Where President Bio, they do very well for Sierra Leoneans. And which is why you see today a very big delegation. They not just go for admire the country, they go for associate themselves with Sierra Leone, because most of them, then DNA states say, then are part of Sierra Leone, and then are Sierra Leoneans then. Now, this is the reason we make me are so happy, because the type of individuals them we the type of individuals them we don't go to that country they now first in history. I have never seen that, I have never known that, and I have never been part of it. This is going to be a novelty, unprecedented in the history of Sierra Leone, to see the Congress of the United States visit the Sierra Leonean community with such a large delegation. And most of them who went there have associated themselves with Sierra Leone. According to the DNA results, it is clear that 70% of the delegation who went to Sierra Leone, because of the good governance that President Tokandubio is practicing, because of the human rights record of the country as it stands right now under the new direction government, that DNA testing has proven that they are Sierra Leoneans, and we see them while they are having dinner in the President's Lodge, putting on the Sierra Leonean apparel, the country clothes. That tells how happy we are, how proud we should be as Sierra Leoneans. That tells that we should start to celebrate our democracy. That tells that we should start to celebrate our leadership. That tells that we should be thanking God for the type of leader he has given us. It has never happened in that history, and that tells us that President Bio has formed a collaboration. He has got strong ties with the super world power, which is the United States. From where and born in that country there, now the very first time this, where I experienced Sierra Leone gets the strongest tie with United States. It has never happened in the history of Sierra Leone. And this is the first time I have experienced a huge delegation of United States, the authority, then go acknowledge the good job of President Bio they do for the citizens, and how President Bio they designed the system of democracy, the inclusive governance system that they have seen President Bio is practicing in that country has propelled the United Nations Congress to go and see for themselves. Because it is a novelty to see a nation like that win the Millennium Corporation Challenge, the MCC, 3 times in a row. It has never happened, and the United States has never seen that. And indeed, President Bio continues to fly the flag of Sierra Leone higher and higher and higher. Every Sierra Leonean should be happy for that, because let's tell you one thing. One reason why we not get for be happy about that, and one of the differences is this. We all know saying in Sierra Leone, where elections they come closer, international community, donor agencies, then they stop for giving money to African nations. But here we stand today. Even this week, when President Bio traveled for the African Union program, European Union program, we see say because of the good governance and the good job, they give again another money for let President Bio continue for develop the nation. They get $245 million for continue for develop the nation. That tells the acceptability to this government where they own. That tells how people then appreciate the level at which President Tok Andubio they push Sierra Leone. That tells the effort where President Bio they apply for make sure say Sierra Leone will be there in the dungeon of austerity. For make sure say Sierra Leone will not be there in a system wherein no system was working. And the Nkrumah was the only person where become the judiciary, where become the everything. But this type of governance system, this inclusive governance system, where President Bio don't implement by bringing every opposition on board, by being friendly to every Sierra Leonean, by being friendly to every Sierra Leonean, you find out say it don't attract every international community. It don't attract donor agencies. It don't attract even the United States when at the super world power. For the United States go to a country is a novelty. It's not easy. It has never happened, and I've never seen that in Sierra Leone. This for make every Sierra Leonean for be proud of President Bio. Wherever President Bio go and whatever President Bio touch in the tongue gold. He's a man to watch. And also, President Bio, he don't get big position now inside Africa, the entire Africa. Now the chairman, where they control the African Peer Review Forum, meaning every African country, they come together, forget a forum wherein they assess the democratic standing of every nation. And then they give a chairman to that person, the way they know say, it will serve as an example, a democratic example to the rest of the country them, so that it go check mark and monitor the other country them, how they govern the country them in the best interest of the people or according to democratic principles. So this is exactly what President Bio is doing. And which is why, the reason why all these things are happening is because President Bio decide for use human capital development as a flagship program in the governance system. And then for those who do not understand what human capital development is all about, it's all about developing the individual, the human resource, developing the individuals in the state. Because let me tell you one thing, every country where don't develop they like today, every nation where don't grow, from whose side they've been there and whose side they're now, like the United States. Now, because then ensure say the human capital, when are the mortal man them, the talent we mortal man them get, the knowledge we mortal man them get, the qualities them, the ingredients and way mortal man get naturally, where they use for transform, for make development happen in a country, or for assist, or for promote, or support the government, for let development happen, then they call the human capital, what they born you with. So they just need for fuel them, for polish them, for let government they give the enable environment so that you're able to use the talent we God give you for play your part in the country. So any country we want to develop in the whole world, now that human capital development, now they do. Meaning, now the motor man force that they develop before they think about any other thing. So that is what President Bio take. And ever happened in the history of that country. And human capital development, it get three elements. We call it the trial. The trial element we build up, we make up human capital. Number one, na education. Number two, na health. Number three, na employment. But then I'll tell you now, that is the reason why President Bio take education as a flagship. Number one, because any country where they develop, you get to make sure say at least 90% of the individuals in another country, you empower them academically or educationally. So you get to make sure say they at least 90% they get basic education. They're able to read and write, so that even the person they go do vocational course, they go able to know what they go do. So every individual will be useful, and every individual will understand the government policies where they put in place. They go able to read what's in the policy, they go able to know about manifesto. This is what President Bio don't undertake, and this is why the entire world is admiring this man, and which is why he's achieving it. Now, when they see it don't empower the beginning, and I'll tell you one thing: if you are not educated, How you go able to know about your health condition? How you go able to get respect for health, for hygiene? We all know say some of we don't come on our villages. So the way they buy akara way for don ground. You say, but hygiene, excuse me, they take a breeze, they eat them. We don't know say they get particles and they get jams them. When they go for that one day, if you eat them, and they affect you. We didn't know until we don't learn book, we don't get education. Because if people don't have education, they're not able to know. Even if you do until they're not able to know. So this is why President Bio is bent on implementing the human capital development. This is why he's doing it. And it's a very serious program where President Bio they implement with every Sierra Leonean they're happy about. So you where they watch, now for continue for watching the Hot Goose Network Salon, subscribe, and also click the notification bell. If you watch na YouTube, if you watch na Facebook, also drop your comments. So when you get that basic education, at least you stop Beke or SS3, because all now are free education. You get free textbooks. You get everything when are free. At the end of the day, you find out say, when you don't get that basic education, even though you go become carpenter, you go able to get a very good carpentry workshop where you go able to know how to produce good furniture. And where you go able to search, do some thorough market search. Yes, that is what President Bio don't do in that country today. And it achieve them. It achieve them. It achieve them very well. So, if you don't get education, and we all know say currently, President Bio they do very well for improve on the health infrastructure in Sierra Leone. President Bio they do very well for improve on the health infrastructure. When they see say they build hospitals cut across the country. Na Port Loco, na Cambia, na Kailau, everywhere in the country, President Bio they build the hospitals and even Connaught Hospital currently they don't get money. Whether they make a standard currently they are working on it. This is what the government will lack a nation. That's what they do. Now this make I can talk say President Bio now the answer to the prayers of Sierra Leoneans. This is the reason you are seeing people go there, and let me tell you, even when you will forget jobs, when they see say the steel factory that they build currently, na Kailan, when I don't see the expansion of the Lunge airport, when I don't see the Tapalapa bakery for those when I don't need the land, then they build currently. Everybody they see, we don't bring out no show now. These are the development stuff. But let me tell you one thing. You will never gain employment if your health condition is not okay. No employer no wants person who is sick. No employer no wants stark illiterate. At least you should be able to read, waiting and able label. So before that investor they can begin work, they don't already get an employment force. We're healthy, we at least get basic education. If you don't need for some professor, but at least if you're able to read and write, it's very sufficient. So this is the reason we make the kind of role where President Bio they play in that country. And now we even see if you're not healthy, you're not able to do agriculture. We don't see cut across the country. Every chiefdom, the youths are making farms, producing rice for themselves. This is the energy President Bio don't inject into Sierra Leoneans. And this is what is attracting foreign investors. This is what is attracting people all over the world for can see waiting who done at this president and how Sierra Leone they go. And which is why I'm proud of President Bio. I know say you say proud of her. But then we got to continue for embrace in programs then. Because he's a great man. So this is the reason you are seeing the United Nations, the Congress, and they go there. Then they go tell and thank you. So I am very proud of President Bio and his government. So before we go to the next program, I got to continue for telling you because the things that President Bio don't do, I don't tell you say There's a difference between governance and politics. I mean, don't tell you now clearly. Governance, now where they're into government right now, you just say they are serving everybody. We now we're at the political side. But even though we they talk for the political party, now we say political party, now push President Anubio for let become president of Sierra Leone. Therefore, it's our duty for can explain to Una some of the good things that we're proud of as a political party. If we are not proud of him, believe you me, there's no way we would have elected him again as our next flag bearer for the next coming elections. No way. But for the fact that we elected him in that convention in December, that says we are satisfied as a political party with the job that he's doing, the job that the mandate that we gave him as Sierra Leoneans as a political party. We thought it fit that we should continue with that mandate because he is a fit man for the job that he's doing. So why do you think if we are satisfied as a political party, Sierra Leoneans are not satisfied? If America is satisfied, then they can't fend up with delegation. They can't then plane. It team up that airport. One day team up the. That is the strongest tie with Sierra Leone don't get with the super world power. We stand for celebrate and thank President Bio for every good thing. So now I want to go into a very trending and very serious issue where one young man, where they call himself Dauda Black Camara, where they cry for become they cry victim when he is a dangerous perpetrator, when he is a man where they threaten the peace of Sierra Leone, when he is the man where they join other unpatriotic Sierra Leoneans them for bring turmoil, for bring unrest in another country day. So I'm going to address the issue of Dauda Black so that people will clearly understand who this Dauda Black is and why he thinks he should be playing victim when Dauda Black is a perpetrator. Dauda Black is a financier of thuggery in Sierra Leone. And there are evidences I'm going to show you here. And I know the United States Congress will watch what I am saying right now. And I want this video and this audio to reach all over the place so that people will know that the likes of Dauda Black, who is now crying victim, he is part of the organized criminal racketeers. He is part of the local terrorists in Sierra Leone who are head-bent in bringing mayhem to our nation. So he's now threatening an American Sierra Leonean who is called Pasheki Jallo because Pasheki blew a whistle about the dangerous support Dauda Black is giving to certain thugs in Sierra Leone who are always causing havoc and terrorizing our people in that country. So I'm making this public and I'm presenting evidences to whoever Dauda Black is going to take his story to, or whoever is interested in this story, so that you know that Dauda Black is part of this opposition government, opposition political party who is the All People's Congress, and he's one of the guys designing dangerous plans, supporting, financing people, thugs in our country to cause mayhem. And there are evidences where these people had caused mayhem in the past in that country. And Dauda Black is an executive member to the All People's Congress. He's a politician, he's an opposition who is fighting very hard to destabilize and intimidate the government of Sierra Leone and make sure the people that he's financing or the group that he has formed, because he's working here, he's making more money, he's very comfortable here, getting some money to buying apparels for these individuals in that group, and he's here in a soft point financing them, then he wants to cry victim. And he's here threatening Mr. Jallo, who is popularly called Prophet Sheki. He's threatening him because Prophet Sheki said the right thing, and then now he's worried, but he wants to play the smart game. So when I listen to this music, where the music done, and they can show now the reason why Dauda Black should be investigated by the ministry, by the Sierra Leone government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and through the Embassy of Sierra Leone in the United States, because the issues that are going on in Sierra Leone, Dauda Black is party to those evil plans that are on right now. When I listen to this very important music, then I can present evidences for let Dauda Black know say you're not supposed for do within they do so. This is what Sierra Leoneans will not want to see. I want to listen to this music. A very important music, very nice music for President Tok Andobio.
Medish music.
Bondesia, F117, Grandpa Yagade, Yakatunya Rohoi, Binti Bintimia, and Yamu Bintimia, Bahale Bahao, Okini Saleba. Bindi Bindimia, Yamu Babango, Bindi Bindimia, Yamu.
All right, I'm going to change that music. I'm going to play another music that many other people will be able to understand. At least even if you cannot speak Creole, but you'll be able to understand the Creole easily. And there are people who will be there to interpret that one to you. And this one is bordering, is talking about the good job President Bill is doing and how we have to give him some other more chance to continue governing well in Sierra Leone.
Sam na who that this game ya dey for Amada Bio. Oh, who that cook and shape the game President Bio. We are with the vote back. We are with the vote back. We are with the vote back. For development na salon. You don't hear me. We are with the voter back. We are with the voter back. We are with the voter back. For development na salon. Sholele, 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 sholele. Oh, after you, now you. Sholele, 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 sholele. Oh. 2023 now you. Show them say you do it. 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 After you now you. Salomon waiting we say. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo we dey vote for you. Oh push Salon go before. Because waiting we say. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Osaloni Metewa.
Family, this na the Hot Goose Network Salon, and you dey watch the authentic voice of Gentle, and me na a very objective Sierra Leonean and media influencer, the individual who brings authentic information to every Sierra Leonean, and the individual who tells Sierra Leoneans how best the government is working to making sure the country remains attractive and sexy. And then the individuals who always hope, preach hope to Sierra Leoneans, so that Sierra Leoneans then could know say hope is good, and we for hope say Sierra Leone get for better tomorrow. So if you are watching me through YouTube, subscribe, click the notification bell, drop your comment. So now, today we will continue for talk about this Abu Black. It say in name Abu Black Kamara, now so it describes itself. Dauda Abu Black Lugus Kamara. We listen at certain point when Dauda Abu Black, Lugus Kamara, where Pasheki, when an APC flag bearer aspirant, intended flag bearer aspirant, the intended All People's Congress flag bearer aspirant will reside in the United States, where a pull an audio and state and say, he as an APC supporter, an APC member, a founding member of the APC through a grandfather, ain't not associated with whatever plans where APC gets for destabilize the country and for make sure say they overthrow the government, because it don't hear where the public relations officer of the All People's Congress, who is the current opposition in that country, their public relations officer went on air on national television and stated that the APC opposition party is now going to mobilize their supporters and members cut across the country to implement what they call level 3 to make sure they remove President Bio from governance. And then we know that level 3 is a security language, which is a very dangerous language that every security personnel we apply if every other means and methods or approaches have been applied to amicably settle certain conflicts. And we are not in conflict in that country. We are not at war. Why is APC saying they are going to apply level 3? So from that statement, Pasheki, who is the intended flag bearer aspirant of APC, tried to dissociate himself from that statement, because we have not seen the APC leadership write any press release to condemn that statement. Besides, they are all over the place. All the APC social media, they are supporting that statement. And we have a notorious tribalist, warmonger, who is in Ohio, who is the best friend to Dauda, Black Logos Kamara. That they always say that they will destroy that country, they will bring war to Sierra Leone. And this is a very serious thing. So if Pasheki comes out and say, I am not part of that clique, did he do wrong? So we see that the black camp, it threatened Pasheki. Well, I think say that threatening, it don't sweet now. I think say every Sierra Leonean don't glad enough for let the threat to call, because Dauda Kamara say in they call FBI them, they call the state and federal law, let it involve, meaning do no bad. In the threat he say, it go make sure say it take that man in a court. We inform we. But now the black people realize say every videos and every audios and every statement we in all in actions them in supporting thugs. And they call them warriors. And warriors are people that will defend, and Sierra Leone is at peace. Anybody training warriors where the state not like, that person is sponsoring illegal group. And any illegal group, America know they take a light with that group, they're not terrorist group. And that is what exactly Dauda, in brackets, Abu Black Lugus Kamara, is doing. And he has done it, and there are evidences. So if that man talk about him, Pasheki talk about him, then he threaten him, well, it look like say you need for call FBI per all man at saloon. And as I am going to submit all these evidences against Dauda or Abu Black Logos Kamara, the federal government where Abu Black they call Pasheki, and they ask them say they should also investigate and follow up all the social media platforms of every Sierra Leonean. Then they will know who is preaching war, who is preaching hate, and now they will clearly know who and who are sponsoring terrorists to destabilize the nation. So I think it's a very good thing Dauda Black one do. And me now, they join Dauda Black for call on Australian government for let them investigate everybody where they incite war and where they sponsor war and where they organize talks for bring mayhem na Sierra Leone. Because when you do that, you are in this country, they don't tolerate that. America does not tolerate people who are in here making money. Instead of you make money to survive, get greener pasture, take care of your family and friends, but you are making money to buy apparel, to organize paramilitary groups to cause confusion, to cause war. You call them warrior. Then now you are crying victory. You foot don't jump paper bag. Now that black. Now the whole thing, it starts from here. After we the APC leadership then lost elections to President Bill. Then they determined say they for bring war. Then determined say they for bring confusion. They not for make the government blow. And the leader at that time was the flag bearer who went into elections, democratic election with President Bill. And President Bill did not conduct that election. It was the same APC that conducted that election. And now, when he lost the elections, please listen. Dr. Samura Wilson Kamara, who is the defeated flag bearer, presidential candidate for the All People's Congress, who is now in opposition. Listen what he first said. And he is the leader to the APC party, what he first said.
That has a lot of meaning. It will affect the conduct of the electoral process. I'm interested in the conduct of the electoral process. If it is credible, then I can get served for arrest me winning. But if it's not credible, it's doubtful, then I will create all sorts of problems for the system. You understand what I'm saying?
So una don't hear it? Samura Kamara said he would create all sorts of problems for the system because he lost elections. So Nayana, the whole thing begin. And another point, immediately after President Bio win, we see a bunch of APC executive now, UK and I, United Kingdom and Ireland, then gather themselves. They invite the minority, the opposition leader, who is Cherno Majuba, who was the deputy presidential candidate to the APC in that same 2018 elections. They go to England, a whole meetings with the APC executive and members, and the deputy organizing secretary at that time, it come out in that meeting and state and clearly say, and they try for query Cherno Majuba, who is popularly known as Cherry Coco. He said, when and how, I quote him, when and how are we going to get rid of this president before it is too late? Referring to President Bill, president of Sierra Leone. They don't talk nothing, they laugh. Cherry Majuba laugh. That was where the issue started. And then we started going into elections. Now APC begin train talks. They begin train talks all over the place. And APC, they do this because APC, they not thief man them, na yampe them, na santimboki at them. They don't loot the nation. They are nation looters. And mind you, they were doing that because Anes Kroman and the chairman, they all day, they don't begin form groups with the tag men, with the many paramilitary groups they form up. Just because President Biodo Institute measures them for fight against corruption and for retrieve the stolen money from corrupt government officials in the past government, and it make a law, even in young government, for let them audit them after where they don't come out. But then the APC, they stand against that. They say that they fight, they say that they destroy, and then they bring war. But these people are thieves. Why would I know they give him money? But before they can, now from this point here, we see every leader Now APC they make statement, but before they come to their statement, then they. I want do ya. Let una listen to this music small. Let give una body water. They will go ahead for address because they address the roots of what Abu Black they talk. Dauda Black, they will can reach out to the point so that every Sierra Leonean or everybody where they watch it, they see clearly what I am saying and the evidence is the way they present. Wait for make them for arrest Dauda Black and then for investigate him and then for tolerate him in this country because he's a risk to the safety of Americans. He's a risk to the safety of Sierra Leone. When I listen this one, the people that are thief man there, when I listen this music, they will go ahead. Right, Famulem, this na the Hot Goose Network Saloon. Now I dey continue with the program. So this guy, what do they call Abu Black, Dauda Black? Dauda Black Lugus Kamara. Now one of the man them we been in America, yeah, where they sponsor all them groups and yeah, we get them tagmen group and a militia group. And mind you, when them groupings there begin, the authorities and government of Sierra Leone, they ban them straight off. PPRC and every authority, they ban them straight, say, any political party, no forget paramilitia group. It is not allowed. Everybody will get an illegal. APC begin train them military group there secretly. And then we see serially, then they attack Tombo, they attack the police, Namakeni, they attack Tombo, they born hospital, where woman they born Pekin. Then grab against serially, then go attack Pandeba Road prison, for let them open prison break, for let them go attack and overthrow President Bill. Because we see say now Africa, that's what they do now. Serially, Mali, blah, 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 that's what they do. So when that they fail, Paulo Conte, when a former Minister of Defense and former Minister of Internal Affairs, now the previous government, where they all the under corruption charges, it take a pistol, clock 17, a worker go to State House where President Bill get the opportunity for they can join and fight Corona. That just because President Bill believe in the inclusive governance system, it go kill him. Then everywhere it come out, President Bill pardon him, it come out, when I listen to the statement where Paulo Kangi for give support to in people that say they are organizing talks to cause mayhem in Sierra Leone.
Tell you now, Boku, thank you, the one that will organize this program. I get the details very late, so I left it on this afternoon just to come watch the football. And they hope they can come up to win, but better luck next time. I left the initiative where una try for bring we together. And me they tell una say, as Alfred Paulo Conte, APC, anything where they bring peace in this party, can account on me as a supporter.
Bang! Bang!
We know sir, we pull this party. We know sir, we pull APC. Somebody will talk this now of 2007 elections where they attacking at Chegwema, they attacking at Kenema. We don't go through all that day. Me have been 5-star general. Today I don't get promotion. Me na 9-star general because I don't go jail. I not go jail because I commit offense. I go jail because me na APC.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go jail because I protect me boss. Waiting let me one laptop from the statement. They ask me if I become a Kenny. I'm not talking. When they want an extra, they don't get her. They look good at the soldier man. Then come to me. Until now, you read the message now, Wellington. We don't ready.
Live!
We don't ready.
Live!
We know the start so, but anybody start, we know go take her. The chairman and leader will make a point. Now the field, but where the noisy, maybe they not be hearing. All man go do verification. All man go register. Because this election where they can is important. We want everybody to register and we will protect we vote there in 2023. Long live the APC.
So the man speaking right there is Alfred Paulo Conte, the former Minister of Internal Affairs in the past government. That man did not go to jail because he is APC, as he claims. Otherwise, they would have put every APC members and supporters in jail, even those who are abusing people's mother all over the place on social media, those who are instigating war. That man went to jail, he said, because he was protecting his boss, who is Anes Koroma, the former president of Sierra Leone. And why did he go to jail? He did not go to jail because he is APC, as he claims. He went to jail because he took pistol to the State House, where the president invited him on a meeting to help combat coronavirus in the country. If it were in the United States, Paulo would not have been there talking. So this is how now these are the messages they are taking to people. Messages of war, messages of terror. So this is the basis of what Dauda Black Camara is talking about, as I'm going to show you very soon. I want to know what, una really patient me. So Dauda Black Camara now, he lives in America. He's making money. He has job. He is enjoying the comfort of taxpayers' money in the United States. Then he's not taking that money to support people in Sierra Leone genuinely. Dauda Black is using that money to support and sponsor paramilitary groups, illegal military groups in Sierra Leone that the government does not know about, and there are statements that the Political Party Registration Commission and the government of Sierra Leone has put out to condemn any political party having paramilitary groups to protect themselves. Besides, the government stated clearly that the police of Sierra Leone are available to protect any leadership of political parties, or anytime you have gathering, just let the police know and they will protect you. And that is what has been happening in Sierra Leone. Yet, Dauda Black is staying in America here. Dauda Black, Logos Camara, as he called himself, he's staying now in the United States, sending money, organizing groups to fight the incumbent government, and that is organizing and promoting terrorism. Now watch and see what Dauda Black is doing. And Dauda Black told us, I have a message here. Dauda Black clearly stated that he had been in Sierra Leone, and he used to go to Sierra Leone 3 times every year. But then at certain point, Dauda Black lied that he has never been in Sierra Leone for so long. But it does not matter whether you have been in Sierra Leone for so long or you have not been there, but hence it is agreed and accepted that you have formed a group. You have formed a group and you are sponsoring that group. And the aim and objective and goal of that group is to overthrow the government and fight the people of Sierra Leone to destroy the peaceful coexistence and democracy of that state. That's a crime, Dauda Black. So now listen and see the group Dauda Black has formed. He called it Team Black. Dauda Black, who is staying in America now, who is threatening Prophet Sheki, the intending flag bearer aspirant of APC. This man is doing the right thing by distancing himself from problem, from whatever Dauda Black and the rest have formed. Now Dauda Black now is getting at him, raining threatening remarks against him. And Prof. Shek, you get right for sue Dauda Black in a court. Because in America, if you want to sue somebody, just go and sue. You don't threaten him. So Papa Sheki, you get right for sue him. He don't threaten you 2 times. I get the second audio where he call you now physically. The first one, he do it on video. The second one, he called Papa Sheki. In fact, the other crime we commit, a record Papa Sheki, where they converse without the knowledge of Papa Sheki, they is sent out on social media. We make everybody don't get up. Meaning they call them back, no, you not only call them for the intent for send her out for intimidate them, they call them for threatening them back physically in a phone, where Papa Sheki no get audacity for doing. Because the man don't say, then they plan for cause war as Leon, it is sponsor in name called a, instead of a try for settle them, it continue for threatening them. So when I listen and watch the handiwork, the activity of Dauda Black Camara, especially his workplace and his boss, that he has clearly stated is aware of this program, and he said his boss is willing to support him, his workplace. They are willing to support him to fight, to sue Papa Sheki to court, because Papa Sheki has stated clear what they have planned. Even their PRO in the party, Sidi Yaya Tunis, has stated clearly that they are using level 3 to overthrow the government of Sierra Leone. And this guy is training them and is sponsoring them. You listen keenly. Would that way they hear Creole, would I listen? If you are listening, if you don't understand Creole, just listen and interpret it. Let's see how Abu Black, it says Dauda Black, how they talk to we, where they lie.
Team Black Press as today do happen for be the 18th September 2021. This now Ambassador Abishki, the live inside Mena Hotel as the leading aspirant for the APC Diaspora Regional Youth Leader, Comrade Dauda Black Camara. They can address
the guy in the red
now right inside Mena Hotel.
In the red pants with the white clothes is the Dauda Black.
Follow them. We know what's in for the party. So if that's you know ever meet with the warriors, the great warriors. Today, 9-1 for they can talk to me. So dear Mr. Dauda, this is not the team this.
APC
Warriors!
APC
Warriors!
APC
Warriors!
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm really happy for me to tonight. I don't dare read the name, but I'm not fortunate for me to tonight yet. Likewise, today we're going to make it possible. I really appreciate the energy where we all be put up. You know what? Because when we some of we they feel the pinch every now and then since we lost election 2018. We know the pressure. And some of we
Dauda Black they talk now. The Dauda Black where they cry victim. They talk to in talk there.
So, don't forget to see they get this coverage live inside Mena Hotel, courtesy of Team Black Press with me, Ambassador Abishki.
They're born with property and everything. But we don't see say some of the people and way the party yesterday,
APC
and
warriors.
they don't turn back against the party, the party to draw the party. So this that makes some of we organize yourself out there for rescue the party. That's what I'm saying. Money some of we get, but that little thing we'll get, that will make sure so we unite with it. Because look at the country, they go on the drain, right? Now imagine inside 3 years, just less than 3 years, where APC come on power. Look how the country don't go. What's at the cost of fuel? What's at the cost of bread? What's at the cost of cement? And we brought that in the lavish. Some man they run here for let go rescue yourself. They go for permanence. They go for on our time. So I make some of we get a group over there who say APC shall come back, and we go come back 2023. Sure. Whatever it takes some of we for let we spend, family business then go way too small. We know so when APC come back in power, definitely we brothers then go relax. Job go there because like me I get more than 100 calls a day for the help them. I know we consider.
You did listen to the CEO of Black Press.
CEO
Dauda Black Camara.
And even what we can make sure say
as in the leading aspirant for the APC Diaspora.
So Unayeri, they call him the CEO of Team Black. So he is the organizer of that group. He is the one who is financing that group. Unayeri is say they call hundreds of people that they call her every day. He's sponsoring them. And Unayeri, every bit of his statement. And when I see that they call them APC warriors. And who is a warrior? A warrior is somebody who fights. And that group is not a legal group. And the government, they don't talk clearly that anybody not for form militia group for protect them. And that guy is in America. Dauda Black Camara. He's talking maliciously. He said that we don't do them bad. So he's setting that group. Now the first anyway, it don't go according to him. For go see the man the way we don't they rehob. And they said say 9 buy for them all their clothes and the way they wear. He bought for them all the apparels that they had. When I can't watch the other batch, the other group of persons that this Dauda black camera, where they recruit, where they give more money, when I watch them, they wanna see. These are the people. And the clothes and way Dauda black buy for them. That's it. You see how I don't dress, they see the militia. This is the handiwork of Dauda black, who is crying victim.
Mama.
As they see now, really within a Bible world compound, really this is telling us say the APC is ever ready in terms of security. You know, the APC very more conscious about security. And today, to be honest, with I give a program to the nation, say we ready for work for this country in terms of security. Because this now one part example is for the APC one for set. This now delegate conference where we have already this morning. Again for start today the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. As soon as they see now this now marshal where the APC gets, they marshal there and they build the task force there where they for secure the activities. The day-to-day activities of the party, both internal and the party office in Freetown, and also out of the party office in Freetown, and the provinces, and the marshal are in control over the activities of the party. So now all they see the marshal and they are the morning and they get a two-box meeting. As we say two-box meeting, that now the self and people and they gather together for share idea, more especially with security business. And they come together in the morning or before they dispatch them and they tell them their location and how they get for all the activities. So but we as tagmen, as we all know, we always do for the do now for stand information because we don't there this morning. We don't there from yesterday, we don't do the coverage and yesterday, we don't do the first release of the audio and videos and yesterday. Now this morning the first video this will be released, so you see people and then now the task force and there now they get the meeting and discussion them as to how they...
So when I don't see and when I don't hear it, this is not the handiwork of this Dauda black Lugus Camara, where they cry victim. And I want to watch the side where in the cry victim. And in statement the way he give it very funny. After we Pasheki talk, when I listen him, when I just listen this man, then when I go know the difference. After this, the second call we call Pasheki, where it don't scatter on social media, and they play him back. Long I hear the inconsistency. And why, according to our way, say federal government they can't involve. And I'm glad when the federal government of the United States is involved, let them check the social media activities of every Sierra Leonean in this country and even in Europe. Let us see who are working towards destabilizing the peace of Sierra Leone, and which is not good. America not stand for that one day. So I don't want to let Pasheki afraid. Pasheki, you don't do no wrong. Una listen to this man. Where judges know where they talk to in talks them. Team Black, where they rehog them. Now where they don't expose them, look what they talk.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mina Dauda Black Lubu Camara. They make this video right here in the United States, Las Vegas, Nevada. They make this video for debunk the malicious allegation levied against me by a person called Pasheki. We are no one limit, no sabia, me no sabi me. Saying me to join on with other people for great havoc in the country. I want to let the general public know say this allegation is malicious. It's not true. It's unfounded, and I thereby challenging Pasheki. If he gets any evidence within 24 hours, let bring him come forward. If the 24 hours expire, me, Dauda Black, Lubu Camara, they take action against Pasheki. I will involve the police. I will involve the federal authorities into this matter. Sierra Leoneans then well can testify about Dauda Black. Say, among the Sierra Leoneans, them out here, I'm one of the most peaceful guy, developmental oriented, helping the country, the youths a lot. So there is no indication for a person like Pasheki give out a video and a write-up about me. We not go down well with me, not go down well with my family, and I want like Pasheki no say this go be a serious issue between me and him in America yaso. And like I make mention, for the 8 hours, for let it bring come in evidence. If you not bringing evidence come forward, then I will take serious action against them. We it not go down well with them. I want to Sierra Leone and get confidence in me. That a black say the good things we una know about me for the past years. Now the same Dauda Black. I'm not mixed by anything brutal. I'm not mixed by anything violence. I believe in peace and democracy. So I just say I make this short video. I didn't have my office now because this message reached my desk in my office this afternoon. That's why I decide for respond, because this allegation is very, very serious. And so I say I for debunk them, let the general public know say whatever write up Pasheki make. You see me talking to peaceful people back there. This thing happened at McKinney during the past convention. These people are the first time I meet with them, and then I address them. So if Pasheki used that video there for assassinate my character, I'm not gonna take light, but like I said, it's easy, and I don't worry about anything. I don't feel any threats. It's just that we forgo the due process. If Pasheki no produce evidence within the next 48 hours, myself go take them very serious. And like I said, the police go involved and the Fed go involved in this. I thank you very much for your attention. God bless you. God bless Sierra Leone.
All right. Unayeri is say, involve nothing. These people we been talk to, they are peaceful Sierra Leoneans. They for nothing. Let Pasheki bring evidence. Now, this is the evidence. I want to watch them back. The same man we don't talk. And they play this again. This is the evidence, Dauda Black. So you challenge me now on this evidence. And this evidence, where they go give the police them, where they go give the federal police them, Papa Sheki, take this entire video and submit to them. Let us see the evidence there. Let us see serially what I have stated.
Team Black Press, as today do happen for be the 18th September 2021. This number should have been live inside Mena Hotel.
This man,
as the leading aspirant for the APC diaspora regional youth leader, Comrade Dauda Black Camara, they can address the APC task force today now, right inside Mena Hotel, McKinney City.
This man recently, I go give the task force national. I go buy for a cap and follow them. We know what's in for the party.
So he's financing them all anywhere. That cap and that follow see.
I first for they can talk to me. So dear Mr. Dauda, this is not the team this.
APC
Warriors!
APC
Warriors!
APC
Warriors!
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm really happy for meeting you.
So warrior,
but I'm unfortunate.
you address warriors, you're telling them they are peaceful Sierra Leoneans.
Today we're going to make them possible. I really appreciate the energy when we all be put up. You know what? Because when we some of we they feel the pinch every now and then since we lost election 2018. We know the pressure. And some of we don't lost life then. Like for instance, I will mention if I did Dauda Black, I mean at the late man in Peking, it's Abu Black. So
don't forget to they get this coverage live inside Mena Hotel, courtesy of Team Black Press.
When I listen at the end of the story, then they say he's the CEO of Team Black. He said he's black, and that's his name. Team Black. This is his own team. Where they recruit illegal militia, paramilitia groups. Look at them. See how gallant they are. All the clothes that they wear in camp, they don't sit as in any buy all. He's financing them. Then he want to hide himself.
Some of we get, but that little thing we'll get, that will make sure we unite with it. Because look at the country, they go on the drain, right? Now imagine inside 3 years, just less than 3 years, where APC come on power. Look how the country don't go. What's at the cost of fuel? What's at the cost of bread? What's at the cost of cement? and we brought that in the lavish. So man, they run here for Lego rescue yourself. They go for permits. They go for on our time. So I make some of we get a group over there. OC APC shall come back, and we go come back 2023.
So he has another group in America. When they all they come together and make get a money for send to them talks. He has a group APC shall come back group in America here. That's what he said.
Job go there because like me, they get more than 100 calls a day. For the help them, I know consider.
You listening to the CEO of Team Black Press.
Did you hear that? You are listening to the CEO of Team Black Press. This is the
As
Black.
in the leading aspirant for the APC diaspora.
So he said he's getting over 100 calls per day. So how can a man who is staying in America get over 100 calls per day and he sends money to all those 100 people every day? Because he already said he has a group here. They call themselves APC shall come back in America. So meaning he's just the leader to that group. He's just the leader to that group. So if Dauda Black now the leader to that group, APC shall come back, now in they get the money, whether they use for send to them APC talks them whether they bid for, cause mayhem and war, APC warriors. They call them warriors. And those one peaceful people. Now peaceful Sierra Leone that one day. If you have a convention, now the Sierra Leone police responsibility for protect and no law, no give authority. So you don't hear his statement. Every day he's having over 100 calls and he's giving them all those monies every day. How much money they work in America? Who say they pull money for 100 people every day? Who said they pull money? These are all the questions then. Where the FBI where they call the states, the federal government where they call for investigate Pasheki, the evidence they are, now they together. So I'm glad the way they call them people they are by yourself. If I say they call them now, and they prompt Sierra Leone government, let them prompt the foreign affairs and the embassy. Let them call you to book. Let you go explain. So Pasheki, don't worry. When I listen again, where Abu Black, a call Pasheki in number. And in this country, United States, you know they threaten person with lawsuit, not crime. Meaning they try for intimidate. They try for intimidate Pasheki. They intimidate him. And you're not supposed for call him and record them and send on a public. Now a call them, a record them, a send on a public. When I listen to the conversation between Dauda Black, Lugus Kamara, where he called Pasheki because Pasheki tried for pull himself from the problem. When I listen to the statement and how without he try to intimidate the man, when I listen.
What are they called, so?
Now, Pasheki, and you talk to so?
Yes, this is Prophet. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Dauda Black, Lugu Kamara.
Dauda Black, Logo Kamara.
Yes.
I'm not sure I recall the name, but how can I help you?
All right, thank you very much for your response, saying that you don't know you recall, and myself, I don't recall I either met you before or not, and I don't even know you in person. It's just about the video.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada. Anderson, to be specific.
That's a conversation between Dauda Black and Pasheki, the intended APC flag bearer, and Dauda Black has called him and he has sent this on the media, intimidating him and threatening him.
Going on the rampage now, saying me in person, because I was the one that was speaking to those guys in McKinney at the time. You sending out a video saying I'm collaborating with people to overthrow the current government in Sierra Leone. It's very malicious. Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Are you saying that me? You talk to you, sir?
I talk to you. Perfect. I talk to you. And talk to me.
Okay.
And I know.
Okay,
yeah. Go ahead.
So
yeah.
You did say that me tell people for saying that you they try for overthrow government.
The write-up said it all. The write-up and the video we sent out there now maybe
So why you need for call the man? He say they go court in the first video. Why you call her now for threatening again for beg and for let withdraw? Why you not go this court and call the police?
You research properly and know who that's and know me background before ever you send something defaming my character. Now people and see this thing, and they right now in my office now, I come out and they talk. Now people and see this thing, they send them to me. So they come, lay down. I want you know the background where I come out and know the kind person where you decide for assassinate in character. Sometimes let we put politics aside. You understand? Let we know who done are the person. Me like the son of the late chief Alhaji Abu Black Lubu Kamara na Manfred then. You don't know me. I know your brother very, very well, Ajibu. Me in the clique. We talk very well. Now we all been in Ohio, the last summit where we organized. So if you just go out there, if you guys just go out there doing something where not right for people, well, this is wrong. This is not how you guys do politics. You understand? We all there, we seek the interests of the people of the country. We help. You listen the video, you listen the message. Yet still, you make a write-up saying me the worker with expired APC executive. These are people with a bring camp for car. I mean, this is not right. We all in a civilized world. We for no waiting with the send out there. I'm not gonna look at a person like you. I just not know you from nowhere. I just send a video out there or send any message out there. This is not wrong. This is not professional. Why we cannot then come here for like we civilized?
If not they already audio find you already watch now for send message there no.
Rewrite the message back say you get the wrong information. Please, or me don't debunk the information already, and I don't tell the public say I want a response.
If now they watch you the list, they already audio. Do you wanna send message there no, please?
Listen this because this is treason. It's treason completely. I got my large family back there. I get a huge family. When you know about the Abu Black family, not big family. You just try for cause problem for, because it's not only me. For me, I'm fine, and I'm not afraid of anything. I go salon anytime. 3-4 times.
Hold on,
yeah, he said they go salon 3-4 times. Where he say that the first and then the way don't see that in group when I CEO. When I hear that side, they go salon 3-4 times per year.
I'm very, very mad about it. And I don't tell my boss, and I make reports officially because it's for my own safety. Make sure the police involved in this. And I don't send an audio out there for debunk the write-up you make, and the request within 48 hours, you say go out there and debunk the mess, you debunk yourself. Or if not, I mean, until we all in America, yeah, so we know we start us them in America, we go know what thing go happen. I go take legal action over this issue, because one day today from what America, yeah, so you're not the very first person whoever don't do shorter thing. I don't do America 11 years, but I'm doing perfectly well. I'm helping my people back there in Africa. Every year I go salon either 3 or 4 times. People know that, and anytime I go salon, I make sure say I can go help. Either in my community or the people where they around me. So for let you make short write up for defend me character. I'm not happy against it, and I'm asking kindly for go back out there and debunk yourself. Say you do the wrong thing and the wrong person. You can go to. Thank you very much. I'll listen back to you.
Well, I was just waiting for you to land. I miss Stephanie. I know see the video yet. What you talk about? When you call this phone, sir, if you notice, not only the answer this phone here. As somebody with a vie for the flag bearership of APC, I have, I think, up to now 25 telephones then. Me personally, I get telephones that only they use, and I'm not sure you have those numbers. I don't think so. So when you see things in the media, a lot of things you see with numbers relating to me, and not only they post them. I have people in different places them where they give phones them on this salon. They get US numbers or whatever. Some are here. And then they post switching a feel say appropriate. Something that will be book. I'm not aware of some video. This phone here don't be like a wish.
All right, me na gentle, the political hot goose. Me family them when I share this program. Let's serious swelling as a yeri. And me family them on a very serious note again. When I don't hear the video where Dauda Black make, when I don't watch him, and when I don't hear it now, the second audio where it don't make again, where it call Papa Sheki for intimidate him, where it call him for harass him, where it call him for threaten him with lawsuit, and that one day, not two crime where they inside and the way Dauda Black don't commit again. Dauda Black is a dangerous person. He's a risk to peaceful society. Now you don't say in the video, say, you they sue the man. Fine. Now one aspect of threat down but you know to get weight. Go sue. You know support for threatening person for sue. Now crime in this country. Then in the second place, you call on a phone. Number one, not to give you number, not give authority for caller. You call on a phone, you the threatener. You say you sue him, you the intimidate him, you the harass him. That itself, a Papa Sheki one give take a lawsuit against you. They get right for take a lawsuit against you. They get two evidences against you. You don't get right for doing in America, yeah. But then the reason why they do they cry victim as if they're the victimizer. But when I don't watch the video, what you go tell we now where they talk to them, talks them, then he warriors them because he's the CEO to the Team Black. What did he say? He say that the first and this. For good they see them. But they don't talk and clearly inside the video. Now he provide for all the talks there with the cap where they wear and all the apparel, the clothes where they wear, and he did not debunk it. And he said he has a group here in America where they come together, they get a name, APC must come back, when they put money. And he said every day they get more than 100 calls where they send money, they send food then they. But yet he said now only one grade say you don't go see them put the name. But again, he said this last call we call this man, Papa Sheki. He said in a travel go to salon 3, 4, 10 every year. And anytime where they go with stuff them for go give to in community to people them. Then it is sponsor people them. It is clear. We don't see you inside video. You have said it all. So there's no way. So I want to let you package this video now. This is a clear evidence to substantiate and support all that Papa Sheki has said about you, Dauda Black. So far, the one way they listen, it's clear. Papa Sheki, take this video, send her now. Let this man Dauda Black go see and say, you know, like Pana. Let him go now and defend himself. Because now if they go sharp enough now for court in your truth. Let it go to court. You go sue and on a court number one. Then let it go now to the police and federal government where they can show this video with all the evidence there. Let's show you another evidence. Now, one of the bobo them, possibly, if it is anything to go by, where I believe, say, according to the Hot Goose Network investigation, it could be one of the guys them where Dauda Black, the sponsor, where he go to man that group, then catch him. But before them, then catch him recently. Then they are with pistol na McKinney because they're ready for make halala una watch out. So this now one of the guys that were they recently caged this week. He was caught with a pistol loaded in the same McKinney where Dauda Black was addressing the Team Black, of which he is the CEO. The Team Black, he gave apparel to his sponsor. He bought their hat and their shirt. The same group. Whether they call her every day, hundreds of them, and they give them money. Where is the CEO? It may be say, if it's anything to go by, this will burn one panel. Then let us show another thing. We're very interested here. This Dauda Black, he needs to be investigated very seriously. Now, when I watch the other set of people where Dauda Black sponsor and which havoc they play in the recent by-election, where they come out, the same McKinney that Dauda Black was addressing these talks, where they come out inside the same attire where Dauda Black buy for them, when they go cause mayhem and violence. Now, when I do go by elections. Una watch, people, please watch.
This is the Bombali team. Right, we don't cannot Kabbalah with the left for go Bombali right now. This is the Bombali team. And when you have this man, one center, they say, we don't want to win. Okay. This is the Bombali team with the left for go Bombali right now. We don't Kabbalah, we don't win election. They don't cause it's not the set to but we wait for the election.
So una don't clearly see that video. Now they say Bombali is the name of the district where we can find the town called McKinney, where Dauda Black Camara was addressing those warriors, the people he called warriors, the people he sponsored, the people, the group he has, which he calls Team Black. The district where that McKinney is, that district is called Bombali. That's where those other talk came from. These are the people he's grooming. So which evidence will pass this, Dauda Black? Which evidence will pass this, Dauda Black? So these are clear indications. For say Dauda Black not for go out of this and let no make no sorry. He's responsible. And then I want to listen to Anes Koroma, who is the leader of that party, waiting in the talk. I want to listen keenly what he said, the former president, where they give them all this zeal, how they destabilize and disrespect the court. Forgive them about their zeal. Una listen.
Sit down. Delegates, sit down.
This is not the wrong video. Not the wrong video. But however, I want to see the series of statements them where they've been give, where the former vice president, the former sacked vice president who served the APC government for 7 years, if not 8 years, what he said and as Nkrumah said, where they lead to all them dangerous things here.
Taking out his phone to record. What I said earlier, that it was the issue of third term from Anes Nkrumah. Anes Nkrumah told my brothers from Podloko district, he said, I really say when I go old meeting about me, when I talk so. These are members of parliament, ministers, and senior executives of APC from Podloko district. He said, until when I don't see what I do, Sam Sumana, if anyone mistake Pauna, I go kill her, I bury her, I drink champagne by grave. He said that right in State House. Is that leadership? Abuse of the most sacred office in our.
So this is the reason Anes Nkrumah is desperate. And this is the type of leader where Dauda Black, then they serve under in leadership as an executive. And Dauda Black is an executive of APC. So this is the type of leader, even when even they in governance, this sacked vice president, they tell us saying they kill people, they bury them. And when I watch, one of Dauda Black in talks them, if it's possibly among the Bombali, the McKinney group, where they talk to address where they sponsor. When I watch where they display machetes, where they call them peaceful people. When I watch them. So now see, those guys are talks that Abu Black was addressing. Possibly. And then you see the machetes they are having. They say that they kill the president, Madabiu. They say they kill her. So these are all the things. So Dauda Black, why you think say they for life by you? Why you think say you for can't threaten Prophet Sheki? The evidence they owe. And then apart from that, I want to watch the Syria violence nature. Where they now, because of Dauda Black, then they sponsor them guy. Then they America, they form a group. He has said it. Then they sponsor them. When I listen to the other person inside Tombo, who said they go kill woman then born host, the same APC party, where Dauda Black, the sponsor talks them for let them destroy and terrorize people then. Who said they go terrorize people them, then they come boast back say, then they're ready for die. Because of election.
Oh, get for win. I want law we no say no to easy power. Nah. Then go take this power, then keep her outside die day. And law already know say if we get for win this election, people get for die. We don't know that. Either me, you or you. We don't know who that get for die. Nah. If you say you afraid that die outside and put this power with the left hand day, then go continue for use reaper now. We get for ready. We get for ready for this die outside and go put this power. We don't let die, we take the power who can release people. So we don't need for team up like we in Atombo. Some of you know. We no go talk. We still in Atombo. And we know say people get for die. We don't know who that. And we, if now we, no problem, one salon free. So I beg, let people not threaten you with die. We go shoot you, we go this, you kill me, Lord win the power. If you take me life, you give me the power, no problem, me people then go free. But if you begin to run panda die day, tomorrow when they don't kill you, company they all they resist, then they can meet you and you host, then kill you. And if God don't mark say you did die on this election, I let you lay down inside room. And they will let you meet you. I will know this. Because right now waiting and they take threats in we not die. Not to any other team. Not die. So if we not team up and ready for this die, we power law say goodbye to her. But if we're ready for this die, we all not go die together. Like Barabara Resu. Now some man go die. And other than they die, we go bury them with respect. Don't believe in that. And not that we ready for winning power. So if they talk, this now one word one let it there at the back of we all APC. Say that die where then take go keep power, we ready for go to go pull power. So that is talk now.
Thank you very much. That's now the voice of Comrade Almami Obige Kago from Tumbu. Of course, this now from the Grand Commander of the Born Red Direct Movement, we now Comrade Abdulmutalib Kamara. Thank you all.
So you don't read Born Red Direct. These are all the paramilitia groups. Born Red Direct. These are all the terrorist groups that Dauda Black and his cohorts are staying in America comfortably, working money to sponsor. They are financing them to cause terror and mayhem in Sierra Leone. Is Dauda innocent of the accusation made against him by Pop Sheki? No. These are the evidences. And he's calling for evidences as if he does not know what he said, or he does not know what he's doing, or he does not know what he is involved in. He's now playing innocence. When I try for watch again this last one before they left at the left una really, because I don't hold una too much. When I try for watch again, the other set, this is just what is happening in Sierra Leone. Opposition, what we know about opposition, your own responsibility is to design alternative means to help the people of a nation. If you know you've lost power, go back to the drawing board. They instituted 9-man committee. Go and try to investigate and find out why you lost the elections. Try to write certain things that will help you design alternative measures. Tell the people what you will do when you come back, if they allow you to come back. How you can be able to improve on the good things that President Bio is doing. How you can be able to improve on the free education that President Bio is offering Sierra Leoneans. How many buses you can buy more to add to the 100 buses President Bio has already purchased for Sierra Leonean kids. How much will you add again to the 500,000 at least President Bio is giving to pensioners as against the 25,000 the APC was giving to them as pension? Think about all those ones. Now that they will for the think about. Which other new policy will they bill? That is what SLPP did. Una been they call them mumu. Opposition not me say una for set war for count confusion. Watch this other one, another evidence to prove that Dauda Black is in America with a group he called APC coming back. There's a group he called in that first video. Then you see what this guy is doing and what is obtaining on ground.
We don't ready for encourage any mess when any other person go ready for put that this country and the APC party. In as much as we are the only party when developmentally oriented in this country, and we are ready for support in any kind of way with the decision what we elders they are ready for take the party. Now they know what we they wait for. And when tell we say now we come on at seat in millions, we ready for coming at seat. Not so it be. Not so it be. Not so it be. So with this pretext, we gonna learn for encourage the party elders there. But they still believe in what they believe on. Because they get we support today and then get we support tomorrow. And we ready for support there. Till we win election come 2022. So if that's so be, we will also like once more for send this message to the elders of the All People's Congress Party, one of the APC party, that we not ready for sacrifice, any kind of sacrifice, for make sure say APC come to power come 2022. So if we support what if by the press release we pulled yesterday, that we go ready for reject and let complaint to the international community, say the National Civil Registration Authority, they don't get the mandate for register people as voters or for issue out any voters ID card in this country will pertain the election process in this country. If not in support, we are clap for Payansane for the assembly press release. So we go left for tell Payansane plenty thank you. And the deputy leader and chairman when I'm in Kailu Masare also plenty thank you. Of course, with Papa, when His Excellency the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, when Dr. Anes Baikroma, we will also for extend with sincere thanks to them. And we appreciate all the things that they do for me, that this party and the country. Once more, we will let for welcome everybody and tell everybody thank you of All People's Congress Party. I thank you.
So when I watch this thing, anytime APC then get that, they say with the effect. Anytime APC then get opportunity, then boss they look where Paulo Conte will be there now. The one where they call Usman Fode Yansane, he is the current Secretary General of the All People's Congress political party, the opposition. Now they give the audacity. So now tell me, anytime they get on a war, what thing they don't do now? Why you want one fix? Now, election will not lost. They not overthrow now. You lost election for God's sake. And not to matter you conduct election. So why at any time APC they get that, now war then they say they defeat? Why are you fighting war? For which reason? They know they explain anything when they tell them family. With the fact, would they make a lala? No, Salon not ready for that. Then to a point, the PRO don't go say now, then they apply level 3. That's sad. Every time they get an award, then they go fight. Anytime they go fight. There has never been a time where APC they get that. Never been a time where APC they get that. They talk anything productive. Now what? They want to do something so when a league they say who they fight. Why are you fighting? What have they done to you? So when I want to kill Sierra Leoneans because they vote against Una, that's sad. And this video, they send them to the embassy of Sierra Leone, now the United States. They send them to the Foreign Affairs Minister, and they make sure say this video go all over. You and they share all over. Dauda Black, Lugus Camara, he needs to be investigated. And Dauda Black, Lugus Camara, na man we na bad man. He needs to be investigated. Men are gentle. The political hot goose. You sit down for me, you the fry. I for dump you, you the nyaka. Me people them. Una share. Let's see us as the yeri. Una bye bye. Una sleep well. Tomorrow again, we come. We continue for celebrate President Bill for the good thing what they do for that country and how they make Salon remain sexy and attractive. Una bye bye.
Edisa bamu tala la pinta ai ma chela la pinta mutie bane baya kara baya kas kane mu akake mamu kaman dato da rin bace baya ke sotori era enemy apa ba ku ru kira muyu mamuyu ma pori sotori wallahi ai mutama tasar kace kace ken ku sallallahu muhammad
If you want to salon boy, some title, Alabina, Tagademne, Tomorrow by Capi, Concaura, made for the now best coming for the field. One, and I mean, I'm about Telamamu, I'm about Tekanemu, I'm about Tekanemu, I'm back at the back as my Ankala, I'm on the back and I'll be way back at the back as you do, Mamma, you want Bagala Mumone, but they put on the Mumone, and the Bagas Mumone, but they put a Kaula Mumone, and then Bagara Mumone, but they put a Kabala, a Bagara Bagas by a cuckoo, put the leg and a day, away Bagara Bagas, to Mamma, go Patel, but oh, La Vida, Tambara Gala La Vida, oh, La Vida, Tambara Gala La Vida, Mamma Bagara Bagas, say one, come and eat that same my say better man for good some nigga man man kala tela kanali ai ki kabu bentla kala long pus bodo aman ke hakka kola come on in that's long guy come on fellow come back some more they marmo kala long matla mo ipotele pade bene ikwe bene kase some nigga ba te kamera alla pinta okare o kase man bakra bakas man kala mo ne ba kala we bakara bakas do mama go pattern you money bagala money ate putande money be bagas money ate putaka ula money anan bagara money ate putaka bara bagala bagas baeko mutule kana we bakara bakas do mama go pattern go oh la vida tambara kala la vida oh la vida tambara kala la vida Mama kala ba kasi kuno tote lama obirti nte kamera ngomne mai so better get my pass. I beg on just connect. Copper is out before we no fail. Minute be, let's make up get them me. Mama can I buy a say, we don't touch the lamp of beauty. Take a para and company. My soul will sell it, but I go to pay come. Don't summon I am like you. Mama can I buy a say, I can laugh. Woman about can I be? Oh, back and back, I see to Mama go. You woman, back a lamb money. I they put on the moon money. The big bag as money. I they put a kaula money. And then back a money. But they put a kamala. Back and back as my cocoa. Put the leg and the way back and back. I see to Mama go. What's the good? Oh, la vida, Tambara Kala la vida. Oh, la vida, Tambara Kala la vida. I sing it like that. I don't know, do you want to me? I don't have to. My lapida, I love for Pekan to Mantuka, and my Kalam, my Ekas, and my Ekuku. But I go to a combo. My mambo, but I go to a combo. I'm my Kalam, my Ekas, put on touch the lamp of beauty, and take camera and company. My soul will sell it, but I go to. I'm like you. I get my share once to be. I'm at the wall. I sing it like that. I'm by a car, by a gas, and by a color. I sing it like that. I don't know. Do you want to be? I don't have to. My lapida, I love for Pekan to Mantuka. I'm by a car, by a gas, and by a cuckoo. But I go to a combo. My mambo. But I go to a combo. Bakas my kala, woman back and a way back and a back. See to Mama go, you money, Bakala money, but they put on the moon money, but big bagas money, but they put a kaula money, and then Bakara money, but they put a kamala, Bakara bakas my cuckoo, put the leg and a way back and a back. See to Mama go, what's the good? Oh, la vida, Tambara Kala la vida. La vida, Tambara Kala la vida. Sobra kure gat mami. Ami bangola temo gas sa sui. No ya camera mas si. Afma do ko fo pami do kama.
Network TV.